Hi, my name is Owen Marsh, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to set up a skateboard. I'm going to be starting a series on the basics of skateboarding, so let's get this show on the road and show you guys how to set up your very own skateboard. So some of the things you're going to need a skateboard, deck, some grip tape, and then of course all the other components like wheels, trucks, and bearings, so that you can set your complete up. I also have some isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol, which is for cleaning my bearings because I'm going to be cleaning my bearings today. It's also good to have a skate tool and Bones speed cream, which is bearing lubricant, as well as razor blade or utility knife. Gonna start off by disassembling my old board. So just find the right size bit, take off the wheel nut, get that wheel off, and there's gonna be little bearing spacers. There's 2 of them per wheel, and one goes on the inside of the wheel, one goes on the outside of the wheel, as you can see. And I'm also gonna need to take my bearings out so that I can clean them, because as you can see they're spinning pretty slow. So to get these out, I'm just gonna kind of put it on the truck and use some leverage just to yank them out. So I'm gonna do this 4 more times, then get back to you guys. Alright, so now that I have all my bearings out of my wheels, I'm gonna take a plastic bottle. I like the sports drink bottles because you can pull the top off to squirt all the liquid out when you're done cleaning them. But basically you're just gonna throw all your bearings in there and pour some rubbing alcohol in there. And we use rubbing alcohol because it's not water based, so it's not gonna rust your bearings, but it's still gonna be able to clean them. So we're gonna do that. And you're gonna want to shake them around. You're going to see that the alcohol starts to turn kind of dirty. It's also not bad to just kind of let them sit for a minute. And while we let those sit, I'm going to start taking the trucks off my board. So it's good to have a skate tool when you're doing this too. As well, I have the silver tool. It's ratcheted, so it makes it easier to take the components off your board. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just gonna wanna take all the screws out of your trucks to get those off the board and ready to get onto my new one. So I'll get back to you guys after I'm done with that. Alright, so I just got my trucks off my board and I finished letting my bearings kind of sit. So now I'm gonna pull the tab on this water bottle and empty out all the liquid just wherever. Okay, then I'm going to lay out a paper towel and just let these bearings dry on there. So next, it's probably a good idea while these are drying out to put the grip. You kidding me? Alright, so now, it's so cold, bear with me. Now I'm going to get these back on the paper towel, and I'm going to get ready to grip my board. Right now I'm using Mob Grip. I prefer Jessup, but this is all they had on CCS, which is where I was ordering from. So, basically, you're just going to want to get this all ready to go, peel off the back. And Mob Grip has perforated holes, so you don't really get air bubbles when you're gripping it. Yeah, it's pretty cold out here, so it's like not really being sticky for some reason. But yeah, you just kind of line it up, lay it on there, and I like to go from the middle out, and it's really not wanting to stick. for whatever reason. I think it just has to do with the cold. So yeah. And then once you got it, you're confident that you got it pressed down on there pretty good, which I'm not really that confident, but because it's really cold and I don't know if that affects like stickiness. But you're going to want to file down the grip. My silver tool has a built-in file. You can use anything as a file. You can use a screwdriver, whatever. And yeah, you're going to want to file it down. You don't want to grind it down to the wood. You're just thinning out the grip and making a line for yourself to cut on with your razor blade. And this grip is just not sticking for the life. It's just giving me a hard time. Alright, so once you stuck it on there and filed it, you're going to want to rip out this razor blade. And the easiest way is to just kind of pull the razor blade like in. You start arm's length out. Oh my god, it's not sticking. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside and try and warm this up and then try and get it to stick, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so now I'm inside. It seems to be sticking a little better in the warmer conditions. I guess like when it's warm, the grip tape is a little more gummy on the sticky side. So yeah, I'll file it around a little bit more, and then now I'll start cutting. So just goes something like this. Maybe not. Yeah, you're gonna want to get it through and just kind of tilt it like at a 45-degree angle inward. And try and just cut really consistent, long, smooth motion. You don't want to be cutting in like a jagged sawing motion, really. And it's really not cutting very well either. It's screwed up. Probably one of my worst grip jobs so far, but that's okay. It's not here to look pretty, it's here to stick to your feet. Alright, so pretty nasty looking grip job there, but it's gonna have to do for now just because that's how it happens sometimes. So now I'm taking the excess grip tape and I'm just sanding down the edges. And then after that, I'm going to use this rusty old nail to poke holes through where the hardware goes in the grip so that you know where to put the screws in later. Really a useful step to do. Alright, so and after I get those holes, I usually like to take my razor blade and just kind of stick it in the hole and spin it around to get rid of some of that excess grip here, like so. Alright, so now I'm gonna head back outside and finish the rest of this bearing cleaning setup tutorial. Alright, so my bearings have finished drying out, so now what I'm gonna do is go through and line them all up here and lubricate all of them. So basically this Bones Speed Cream, it's just anything really works. Sewing machine oil, paintball gun oil, you just want like a high, it needs to be like a really thin lubricant. WD-40 is not good, and 3-in-1's not good. But yeah, you just put, some people do 2 drops. I think that's a waste. I think you need 1. And then you just spin it around to work the lubricant in there.
Lube.
So now that I've got it worked into all my bearings, I'm going to put the bearings back in the wheels. So easiest way to do this is just to drop the bearing shield or open face out. I'll do it like that, and then you drop them onto the truck, and then you just press down on the wheel, flip it around, and basically rinse and repeat for the rest of the wheels. And as you can see, it's not spinning the greatest. These are pretty old bearings, Bone Super Reds, but they're not spinning too bad, so I'll finish the rest of that. Alright, now I've got my wheels and my bearings, and I'm going to just demonstrate I already put one of my trucks on, but I'm going to show you guys me putting the other one on. So you're just going to want to put each of your 4 bolts through their holes, and then just try and place your truck on there without pushing the bolts back through. And then you just want to screw your nuts. Screw each of your nuts onto the bolts just a little bit. I don't know if that's the right way. And then after you get that done, you're just going to want to start cranking down on them, basically with your whatever tool whatever wrench you're using or whatever. So you're just going to hold the screw from one side and start tightening down on it. I'm cranking down on this. And it's good to, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but it's good to screw them down diagonally. It just kind of helps align the truck better, gets it on there more straight, I think. So you do them one here, then one here, then one here, then one here, like that. And the silver tool is nice. It makes it really easy to just quickly, it's basically the fastest way to tighten down skateboard hardware without using an actual drill. And you just want to tighten them down until you get the screws nice and flush with the grip, because when you're doing your tricks, you don't want to have your foot catching on a screw that's sticking out too far. Alright, so now that that's done, all that's really left to do is put the wheels back on. So over here I have all my spacers just laying on the ground. So basically it's one spacer, wheel, other spacer, whoops, other spacer, and then your wheel nut. And you're just gonna, sometimes these wheel nuts can be a little tricky to get back on if you're reusing the same old trucks, because the threading gets messed up, but you can usually get it to work if you use a little bit of force. You can see I'm cranking down on it, and what I like to do is crank down on it all the way so that the wheel doesn't spin right, but you don't want to crank down too hard and crush your bearings. And then after you get it cranked down all the way, just start loosening it until you find that wheel has a little give. See how it's going up and down just a tad bit? That's what you want right there, is that little bit of give. and then that wheel will spin nice. Just rinse and repeat 3 more times. Alright, so now I'm finished, totally finished setting up my skateboard out in the freezing cold. Real deck, Thunder trucks, Bones wheels, Bones bearings, Mob grip, and I'm ready to ride. Now that my board's set up, I'm ready to ride.
Ready to ride!
Now that my board's all set up, I'm ready to ride.
Man of the bounce, home of the party in the tree. Sunny land of the G's, please let a nigga breathe. Tank top down for the breeze. Burnt lips, got a blunt full of weed. Peace, love, enemies. Nigga, I ain't